And now the best nominations for supporting actress for the 2026 Academy Awards. And they are Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga Ipsdotter Lilius for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Wumi Musaka for Sinners, Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. I always find the Best Supporting Actress and Actor races in any given Oscar year the most fascinating race. This is where you get the surprises, the Amy Madigans, if you will, or you kind of get this really weird performance that had nothing to do with the movie, or think of Beatrice Straight, where literally they give a great monologue, they win the Academy Award. Anne Hathaway sings a really good version of I Had a Dream, wins the Academy Award. It's, for me, a Best Supporting Actor award or Best Supporting Actor nomination isn't necessarily something that has to do with the plot, because as we all know, this is where category fraud always happens. Usually I don't actually care about category fraud, except when people keep saying Lily Gladstone was a supporting actor in Killers of the Flower Moon. She's way too integral to that plot. Like, a Best Actor or Actress has to be the spine of that movie for me. Best Supporting, you can have Alison Janney with a parrot on her shoulder giving side eye, and it's great. So when we are looking at the nominations this year, I think we are mostly getting that. Now, that is not to say a supporting nomination has to be completely removed from the plot. I mean, think one of my favorites, Claude Rains for Casablanca. He is completely integral. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship, yet he is the humorous sidekick, and he brings all the color to it. You know, I am shocked to find gabbling in this area. Here are your winnings, thank you. Like, there's kind of a Best Supporting fills in the gap. So when we get to something like the Best Supporting Actors, I'm gonna have a whole thing about how Stellan Skarsgård is actually the lead, one of the leads of Sentimental Value. But I guess let's look at Elle and Inga. I would say Inga's my favorite out of these two performances. Not that I don't love Elle Fanning. I think Elle Fanning just has this very difficult role because she is literally a vessel. She is a person that Stellan Skarsgård's character thinks he can mold into one of his daughters who are not in the way that he wants, unlike his own two daughters. And Inga, being the youngest and the one who's not in the film, in the performance arts industry, she's kind of the watchful one, and she's got those massive blue eyes to kind of showcase that. And when she does speak, it's very thoughtful, especially the scene between her and Stellan where she's saying, yeah, when I was in your movie, it was, as a child, it was one of the greatest moments of my life, but one of the hardest, because I really felt what happened when you lost interest in me after that. And she doesn't want that to happen to her own child. And it's one of the best moments in the movie. Also, Stellan Skarsgård trying to give Irreversible as a present to her son, which any great grandfather should do. But with his Elle, it's got some really nice moments, especially with her and Renata, where she's kind of questioning the family dynamics and whether she should actually get involved in this, because this film is a representation of their family that Stellan is trying to make, as well as the movie that you're watching. And I think she's very, very good. I'm not angry at this nomination. I think for my fifth, I had Ariana Grande, who is clearly the spine and the lead of Wicked for Good, but I'm not angry that it was Elle instead. And Inga's fantastic. That is a find. And then, of course, we get to Wumi Musaka, who I was delighted for. I wasn't sure she was going to cross the line to get in, and I'm glad she did. She is... I just look at that face. I mean, seriously. She is the knowledgeable one. She has to deal with a lot of the exposition. But in saying that, she is the old world witchy, hoodoo, voodoo magic of it all. She exactly knows the vampires. She's the one who says it. She is the one who knows how to fight them. And she is kind of the conscience of Smoke, one of the twins. I think even though she is very important to the plot, like a Claude Rains, I think she is still one of those. And Sinners has a murderer's row of supporting that each add their own little color and texture. Thank you, Delroy Lindo. And I think she is amazing. I'm glad she's getting this recognition. Then, of course, the two people who are most likely to win, Amy Madigan or Tiana Taylor. I'm still betting on Tiana Taylor, but Amy could take it. I know Weapons is a movie of what if witch, but Amy Madigan is a great witch. She is color. Aunt Gladys walking in with those wig and those sunglasses, I mean, how could you not? She is not love her, even though she is wicked to the bone. But that twig snap and her just running with those kids following her, I mean, it's one of the greatest things ever. It is kind of the definition of a great supporting character. Yes, she is the reveal, but she adds a certain flair to the movie that it really needs when it needs it. It's just her turning up on the doorstep of poor Benedict Wong. It's just like, oh no, but kind of I want to see what she does, and it's horrific. Then of course, Tiana Taylor, who I know a lot of people don't know where to put her because she is literally in the first 25 minutes and then is never seen again. She is absolutely the spine of the movie. It is her legacy, her screwing up the revolution that every other single character is trying to fight against. She is not the villain, but she is kind of an antagonist character. And the softness around it, that hard edge with this kind of softness in the middle of the way she plays it. My favorite moment is such a small one. She's spouting all this revolutionary jargon to Leo as she's about to leave her family. And then she looks at the baby for a second. It's like, oh, her resolve is almost going to go. But then she hardens up and leaves. It's a wonderfully played scene. And it's a fully formed character. If her performance wasn't as strong in those first 25 minutes, then the rest of the movie doesn't work, because this is all about how the next generation is constantly having to clean up the past generation's mess. And I think Tiana Taylor plays such a complicated, complex, nuanced character that is so good that that texture that she creates is through the rest of the movie. And yeah, it's just a really great performance. You're still thinking of her, so you never forget her. And is it exactly like, say, an Anne Hathaway win or Beatrice Straight win? Not exactly, because I think those impressive moments that added a very specific color that kind of helped define what Network and Les Miserables were meant to be about. Whereas I think, which actually no, Tiana Taylor is absolutely doing that. She is kind of defining that moment, but adding enough color and personality to it that you walk away thinking about her a lot. And as I said, I think it's going to be between Amy and Tiana. I'm not going to be angry if any of these win, but I think it's going to be between those two. Mostly, I think Tiana Taylor's got it locked in, but I think it is a close race between her and Amy Madigan. And it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.